Okay, I'm going to start by talking to you about continuous improvement. Continuous improvement or product evolution is where a product evolves to fit our needs. Now, this could be when you look at upgrades in softwares such as the brilliant and wonderful Windows 8, which would allow us to have a more user-friendly interface, or hardware, so we might update the amount of storage that's available on our iPhones. Continuous improvement doesn't necessarily have to affect the design of a product, however, it will make it run more smoothly. Now, how do we get to the point where we have continuous improvement or product evolution? Well, we actually have to start by looking at some product research or market research. Now, market research is where we would actually go and seek the opinions of potential users. Now, this doesn't have to be somebody who would already be using our product. It could be somebody who we would want to use our product at some point in the future. Now, we would often do this as a cross-section of society, so we would ask lots of different age ranges, lots of different people from different backgrounds, and also being inclusive, we would also ask both male and female opinions. This can really push forward our product because it's showing that we are listening to what our consumers would want. Now, that also comes under market pull. So market pull is what the consumer actually wants. So if we look at a product such as an iPhone, we will notice that there are two cameras on an iPhone. This is because at some point we noticed that our consumers were taking selfies. Selfie, obviously a brand new word to the Oxford English Dictionary, only came about when mobile phones were introduced with cameras. Now, it used to be a really quite awkward experience where the camera was always located on the back, so you wouldn't be able to see what you were taking, what kind of picture you were taking. So what Apple did, and other phone manufacturers did, was to include a front-facing camera. This front-facing camera ensured that we would be able to take selfies with ease, which has obviously given birth to such sites as Instagram. But because we were looking what our consumers were doing, watching what they were doing and how they were using our products, we were able to make modifications to the products to make them more user-friendly. Not all improvements are designed to make based on what the consumers want, though. Sometimes it's because of developments in technology. Now, a good example of the development in technology would be touchscreen technology. So the first items that used touchscreen technology were just mobile phones, although you do see touchscreen technology on some sewing machines. Touchscreen technology started out where two layers of glass were separated, and you would have to push on one to make a connection that would send an electronic message to say that it had been pressed. However, this became quite arduous and you would have to push quite hard down on the screen. So, technology was developed so that it was actually heat responsive. So, technology is constantly pushing forward the development of our products. We see this in the fact that we now have things like iPads and Surface computers and also touchscreen laptops. It's because our technology is there that they're being used in different applications. It's pushing forward the development and the evolution of our products. However, we don't want our products to last forever, especially as designers and manufacturers. And that's why we use something called planned obsolescence. Planned obsolescence is where products are made to break. That means that we are expecting our products to break within a certain period of time so that they would be replaced. This means that consumers are constantly having to buy new products, and which keeps us in business. A good example of a company that didn't use planned obsolescence is actually Tupperware. Now, Tupperware came up with these brilliant hard-wearing plastic tubs that were sold to pretty much the whole population of America, which was really good because then Tupperware, the shares in Tupperware went right through the roof. They became really incredibly rich very quickly. However, the Tupperware didn't break. So that meant that Tupperware actually went out of business really quickly because Tupperware could be passed down from generation to generation. So people didn't need to rebuy it, which means that there was a stop in their profit. Another example of a failed planned obsolescence would be a light bulb that was developed that didn't actually break. That meant that you would only have to buy a certain amount of light bulbs in your lifetime, and that meant that the people who sold light bulbs would actually go out of business. So planned obsolescence actually helps the designers and the manufacturers to ensure that they have profits continually. However, as consumers, it can be quite frustrating. I'm pretty sure that you would realise at some point that your mobile phone battery is actually not lasting as long as it used to. And that's not because of the way that you've used your phone. It's actually a way in which they've built in planned obsolescence. Apple, being as brilliant as they are, also have built their iPhones and iPads with incredibly breakable screens. You'll notice that the glass goes right to the edge of the phones. However, your touchscreen does not. Therefore, that piece of glass that goes right to the edge isn't warranted, isn't needed, but it does mean that if you drop your phone, it is far more likely to smash. That means that you will need to replace your phone. Planned obsolescence is obviously quite frustrating for a consumer, but brilliant for a manufacturer.